Alright, hello again everybody. Tony Cook back here with another disc golf video. Today I thought I would share with you some of my input on what makes a course good and what makes a course not so good. I've played 19 courses so far in 3 years, covering 2 states, 16 or 15 in Indiana and 3 or 4 in Michigan. Definitely looking to play more. Unfortunately, most of the ones that are in relatively decent driving range, like an hour or a little bit more, I've played already. So anything else, if I'd want to play it, it's going to be like well over an hour to get there. So that's something I have to take into account, but we'll cross that bridge whenever it happens, I guess. But let's start it off. One of the things that I think is a definite must for a course to be nice is good signage. You might think, well, that's pretty easy for places to have, right? Not so much. There's been numerous courses that I have been to that have had relatively nice looking signs and pretty nice maps on it, but sometimes they just don't seem that accurate. The distances don't seem accurate, and on the map there might be certain things out of place. I know there's been one I've been to where I can't remember the course off the top of my head, but it said the basket was off to the left, my left, your right, and it was actually off to my right. So, well, there goes my tee shot, because I threw it to the left and the basket's actually to the right. So, whoopee. In my opinion, for a course to have nice signage, you need to have a sign that is clean, vibrant, with good color, accurate. Those are necessities. A good example would be Purdue North Central in Indiana near Michigan City. Great 18-hole course. Not overly challenging, but it's a good place to go and play if you're trying new things with your game. Good place to learn because there's a decent mix of longer and shorter holes. But they have vibrant tee signs, man. They're really nice looking. They are pretty accurate from my experience there, and they're just all around really nice. So signage is important. Not even just the tee signs either. Signs along the course that say next tee this way. I know sometimes in the past I've gone to a tee and then look at the sign, it says, okay, next tee's that way. Well, then you get up there and it's like, man, there's all these paths, where do I go? But then you look down, there'll be a little wooden sign, or I've seen it painted on rocks, hole 18, that way, whatever. That's a good way to keep people coming to the park, especially newbies, because for a newbie to come to a course, for them to have a good experience, course flow is important in my experiences. You want to be able to keep moving and grooving, thugging and bugging, and just ripping discs right away. One of the biggest keys for me of whether a course is good or not is having a unique layout and differentiality in terms of where the holes are located. What that means is certain holes are just straight tunnel shots, bend to the left, bend to the right, bend hard to the right, bend to the left, and come back right, kind of like an S-curve, if you will. Shots that go into the woods, shots that go out of the woods. Heck, even having numerous water hazards. Yeah, it's dangerous because you could lose a disc, which is not fun, but it's something that you don't see every day, especially with the courses I've played at. Not a lot of water hazards, but usually, from what I've seen online, reading what other disc golf players think, having ponds or a lake in play is kind of cool because you just don't see it all the time. It's something different. It catches your eye, and it's challenging. You don't want to throw it in there. You want to throw it over or around it, and it's hard, but if you do it, you just feel great. And then again, there's those crazy folks that like to go into the water and search for discs all day. Can't say I've ever done that because there's not many courses around where I live that have water hazards. So yeah, but yeah, having a unique layout for a course is definitely important to me. It's the key to having a great course, because there's a little 9-hole course that I play in my hometown, and it's fun. That's how I got into playing disc golf, because they put it at a local park like 2 or 3 years ago now. 3 years ago, yeah. And I play it all the time because it's like 5 minutes or so from my house, but it's so easy, and it's 9 holes, and it's not that unique, but it's a good place for me just to go and practice. But definitely you want to have a lot of variety in your course. I know from experience and from talking to my friends that play that that's a key. Different distances too. You want to have a good mix of shorter shots that are like maybe even like 175 and under, and then bomber holes that are like 450 and up that you can just let one rip on. Scenic holes are always great too. They're like way up on a hill, like the top of the world shot, because not only can you let your disc fly and you can watch it curve in the wind or zoom straight, but it's just cool. It looks cool to be way up there, and it's not something that you encounter every day while being out and playing disc golf. I would say another thing would